Of course, now I think this is our fourth class. Today we are discussing how to create HTML forms. Forms can be used in various ways when it comes to web programming, especially capturing user data. So we want to check some of the sample forms that we can be able to create by the end of this class. Most social media platforms use forms to capture user input, maybe for a user to be able to create an account so that some of the details can be used later for him to be authenticated during the login time. So sometimes you may have come across different forms, maybe with different values and or maybe inputs, but probably you don't know how such are created. So, like for example, this is what we have here. Just a simple form asking users to enter their data. How old are you? Then there's a option input box here for them to type. What is your sex? What is the highest level of education? Blah blah blah. Then now you submit. This is just a sample questionnaire that can also be created using the HTML forms technology. So I want us to pick one of the samples online, and then I will see how we can be able to achieve a similar thing. Like now, this is a very nice form. Yeah, it has first name, last name, username, email, password, re-enter password, date of birth, mobile, country, zip, and many others. So yeah, we have another form here. You can able to see username, password, city of employment, web server. Please specify your role. Single sign on to the following. Then a button of login and the resetting. So yeah, so we have so many forms that we can be able to create with different input input types. So I think we can pick one of these, something like this, then we see how we can be able to achieve that. So I want to save this image somewhere on my machine. Oh, let me just capture it. So it will act as a guide of what you want to achieve today. Let me capture that. Yeah, so this is a sample form, and this is what we are going to use for today's class. At least we should be able to create a form with a field set and a legend application form. Then full name, email, gender, nationality, skills, post applying for, upload resume, then paste your resume, notify me the status via mail, and then agree terms and condition, then a button for submitting and resetting. So straight to the point, let's go to Visual Studio Code, and then you can just create a new file or maybe use an existing file. So like for me, I will use the conductors form, the conductors page, so that you can be able to see how you can be able to create such a form. So somewhere like here, we want to start with first things first, the outer layer, the outer eye object. So for you to achieve that, one thing that you need is the form tag, and then inside the form tag, you create a field set. Then inside the field set, you create a legend. Then now you can type application form of the legend. So let's see what you've done. So this is what I have achieved. I've created my form with a field set and a legend. After that, we can proceed. Just inside the field set, we can add some more items. You see, everything else now is inside the field set. So you can have full name. Full name, of course, is just text. So you say full name, full colon. Then after that, an input type whose text, an input whose type is text. So if you just say input, of course by default it should come with text. So that is that. If you want to guide people on what to type inside, you can introduce something called a placeholder. Then you say enter your name here, something like that. So that you call it a placeholder. The moment you start typing, it disappears. That is okay. We can now go to the next object. I will have some break here before I introduce the second thing. So my second thing here is email. So I'll just say email, then from there full colon, and then an input type whose type input 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 type whose type is an email. So if you can be able to see email here, you can pick it, and then from there, if you want to introduce a placeholder, you can do so. Placeholder equals enter mail. So after that, you can introduce some break. And this you can be able to see what you're doing as we proceed. So the other thing is gender. So we say gender. From there, for this, we call them radio buttons. These are radio buttons, male, female. These are radio buttons. So you can just say uh, input type equals radio, equals radio, input type equals radio. You can type outside your input the word male, and from there introduce another input. Input type equals, of course, radio, sorry, should be radio. And then outside that we have female. So that is what we have, male, then female. So you should be able to get something like that. Where's my preview? This is it, male, female. So after that, uh, after that, we need to create something like nationality. Nationality. So there we go. Where's my studio? Nationality. Full colon. Now, nationality. What follows here is sorry. Let me close some of these windows. After nationality, what follows is a select with several options inside. So we just say select tag. Then inside the select, we can define the option. Then the first option, we say Kenyan. Another option, we say Uganda. Another option, another country. So what have you achieved? This is what we have. I think I need to create a break between the radio buttons and the nationality. Somewhere like here. From here. Yeah. After that, skills. Skills. Then as you can see, the skills are created using checkboxes. So you can have like a checkbox, another one, and another one, four of them. So there we go. Input type equals checkbox. So the first one, outside that, we can have the word ASP.NET. Then another checkbox. Input type equals checkbox. Outside the second checkbox, which is jQuery. From there, I can introduce some break so that my next statement goes after. Then we have a checkbox and then the word MVSim. Input type equals checkbox. Outside the word MVSim. Then from there, another input which type is checkbox, but outside the word sorry, outside we have the word SQL Server. And from there you can have like two breaks. Two breaks, and then from there post applying form. Post applying form. Post applying form. We have trainee, software engineer, team leader, project manager, all using a radio button. So input type equals radio. Of course, we want four radio buttons. So the first one with the word training, then another input type whose type is radio. Then outside we have the word software engineer. Then maybe you can have some break. After that, team leader. Input type equals radio. Outside team leader. And after that, input type equals radio. Then outside we have the word project manager. Yeah, so far this is what we have achieved. You can proceed. You see, these are ready buttons. I'll show you later how we can do so that what we can do so that somebody cannot be able to pick several ready buttons. Uh, let's proceed with the next item. The next object is upload resume. Upload resume. So from there we introduce an input whose type is file. It creates a way someone can be able to upload a file. Yeah, something like that. Then from there, the other thing is paste your resume. So paste your resume. I think we need to have like some breaks. Then paste your resume. From there, we create a text area. So text area creates a bit big input for the users to be able to either type or something. Paste your resume. Of course, you can introduce attributes of text area like the number of columns, the number of rows. Rows equals, calls equals. After that, if you want something like sample recent text, of course you can be able to still have that. Maybe sample, or yeah, you'll be able to get that. There we go. A checkbox and then the word notify me the status via email. So input type equals checkbox, then outside notify me via email or something like that. After that, break. After break, what else? I agree terms and conditions. So that's a radio button again. So input type equals radio. I agree terms and conditions. There may be some break. That we have two buttons, one for submit, another one for reset. Input type equals reset, and then another input type equals submit. That's what we have. So far, this is what we have achieved. There are no values, so you can get inside and type some value. Set, and then submit. Now for now, if you click submit, nothing will happen. Of course, we've just created the form. So later, when you start learning PHP, we'll learn how you can be able to submit this data and push it to the database. I think I missed some break between paste your resume and notify me. So paste your resume and notify me. I can create some breaks here. The other thing I was saying is that for you to be not to be able to pick multiple values of a radio buttons, then you need to give the radio buttons a similar name. Yeah. So like this one, I'll say name equals maybe gender. Same name, I'll have it on the second radio button. So the second radio button name equals gender. For the other ready buttons that were here, there were several ready buttons here. So to avoid people from picking all of them or selecting all the values, then you still need to do something like that. Oh no, this was applying for. So you can have this like post name, and the name here also post name. Then the other radio here, the same post name, and then the name here post name. All those radio buttons for the post, I've given them the same name. Then the radio buttons for gender, they were here. So this name, gender. And the other radio button, gender. That way, you make people not to be able to select both male and female at the same time. Even for the post applying for, you also make people not to be able to pick all of them at yeah, so that is how you create a form. You can try to practice. You go online, get a sample form like the Facebook application form, and see how it is created, and see whether you can also create a similar form. Thank you. Let's meet in the next class. Asante.